cafe anyway.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, here we go. It's Mike Matthews on a Friday. It's going to be a short show because I have had
Mike's Daily Podcast.
a really busy show so far, and now I've got to do this short show, and then I'm going to go enjoy my Friday, and so you should too. And you should go and you should hang out with your friends and enjoy I guess this is where the podcast song ends. So there we go.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Somebody liked a tweet that I tweeted like 3 years ago.
Mike's
Is that how YouTube works?
Daily
You post a bunch of stuff
Podcast.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter, I mean. And this is like an ancient... Man, why is someone commenting about that now? Why? That's weird. How a Twitter can come back and get you years later. The messy middle. After the initial excitement of launching a new business, building and scaling it isn't easy. Navigating this next phase often creates more questions than answers. Oh, I talked about this once. The getting a business started and then keeping it going. Kind of like with a podcast. You can get it started, but can you keep it going? The messy middle. Hair. Let's discuss hair. Did you enjoy the podcast picture last show where we had Basil on it? Wasn't that awesome? That was from 3 years ago. For this podcast, I think today we will go about 5 years ago? 5 years back in time to a cool little shot of a strange... Oh, this is over in Alameda at Bayfair Island. There's this strange kind of a wood sculpture that I'm sure is no longer there because this was 5 years ago. But it's by the shore, and you can see a ferry coming in, one of those ferry boats coming into that's over there by Bayfair Island.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Have that nice commute. So see that nice picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. People go partially or fully bald for a number of reasons. Hormones, genetics, aging. But in the middle of a pandemic, well, actually, this was February of this year, so I guess we weren't. Would we consider ourselves towards the end of the pandemic, even though there's the Delta variant? And I love this. I was listening to this one radio talk show host saying, yeah, so if you haven't gotten a vaccine yet because you're an anti-vaxxer, you're going to get sick. Because the Delta variant will seek you out and get you. Ruff. Ruff, ruff, ruff. That's what the Delta variant's going to say. Oh, Basil. I think of course Basil was with me in this picture. He's implied. We'd go to Bayfair Island all the time and walk. So beautiful out there. Beautiful views. It's not the most well-known Bay Area landmark to visit, but it is one of the best and not as populated as all the others. Stress can be a contributor to hair loss because it can affect hormone levels. Any number of stressful events can lead to a sudden loss of hair, although in those cases, the hair typically grows back over time. So it's not really something yours truly even cares about because he lost his hair because of the genetics. For those who want to keep their hair healthy and full now, and who hope to avoid ever reaching the point where they need hair loss intervention, here are a few tips. For one thing, when I was losing my hair, it's so funny because the whole... So I was losing my hair, and the girlfriend I had at the time, who is now heard on a national commercial on the radio. I hear her everywhere now. Yes, she was in radio. And she is on this ad for Angie's List, and I hear her all the time. And I have not heard from her in way over 10 years. Gosh, it's been a long time. But I hear her now. And since I work in radio, I hear her voice all the time. I'm like, oh, there she is again. So when I was losing my hair, She bought me a bottle of minoxidil. Yes. Nothing says, "Oh, I love you, don't change," more than buying you a bottle of minoxidil. Yes, the stuff that's supposed to make your hair grow. Did it work? I don't know. It felt weird. You drop it, it's a little like an eyedropper type thing. You drop it on the back of your head in the vertex where I was losing my hair initially. And did hair come back? Not really. It was like a peach fuzz. Like, that's not even hair in my opinion. Just shave your head. Just shave your head. If you're a guy and your hair's falling, it's going and disappearing, just shave your head. Life is so much easier, especially with me, where I wear headphones half the time in the radio biz, and headphones got caught on your hair and would pull and yank it out, and ouch, it hurt. I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's perfect. I have the perfect head designed perfectly for the business in which I am in, where I wear headphones. I can wear hats all the time and I don't get hat hair. It's beautiful. I can wear any hat on the planet as long as it fits my huge head. Maintain good hair care and hygiene habits. The way you wash your hair could undermine your efforts to prevent hair loss. As you wash, avoid pulling back on your hair because that can put traction on the follicles. This all from the Costco Connection and Dr. Patrick Angelos. He is a facial, plastic, and reconstructive surgeon whose primary surgical interest includes hair restoration and facial plastic surgery. Well, okay. It's not like I'm talking to Paul Mitchell here, but all right. Paul Mitchell would be a better source for this information. Brushing your hair regularly is good because it massages the scalp and helps improve blood flow and circulation. The condition of your hair should also be in balance, not too oily, not too dry. Finally, don't overuse a hairdryer because that can make hair weak and brittle. As we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont today, I used to, because when I did have hair, it was really curly, really tight curls, and I probably should have used way more conditioner than I did. Because curly hair is usually dry, needs it helps it a lot to be conditioned, but now I don't worry about that anymore. Treat health issues, hormonal imbalances, and other medical conditions such as low thyroid and iron or iodine deficiencies can contribute to hair loss. Avoid overuse of supplements and medications, since supplements such as testosterone, human growth hormone, and DHEA may cause thinning and hair loss, especially avoid excessive use of these. Be aware of your nutritional needs. Some fad diets may have a nutritional impact on hair loss. It's important to eat a healthy balance of carbohydrates, proteins, and fat. Dr. Patrick recommends taking a multivitamin that includes vitamin A, B complex, C, D, and E, along with zinc, iodine, and iron, all of which help with hair health. And avoid unhealthy environments. The negative health effects of smoking are well known, especially related to lung cancer, but more reason to avoid smoking is that it can cause an increase in hair loss. Other environmental factors that can contribute to hair loss include exposure to radiation and air pollution. So, there's that today. Now, if you would like to comment about anything that we discussed on today's show, you can contact me at my phone number at 336 Daily. That's 3 plus 3 equals 6. As in Mike Matthews, Daily as in what this podcast is. What are some fast things that you can do? 21 fun things that you can do fast for fun. Let me narrow down that question even more. What are the 10 fastest things in the universe that are fun? How about that? Let's see. Let's not slowly build suspense. Every fast list should start with the cheetah. They reach speeds up to 59 miles per hour in seconds. It's Usain Bolt was one of the speediest men in the universe. Let's see. He's a record holder for human speed. How fast is the world's fastest person? His record speed was 9.58 seconds the 100-meter dash in 2009. That could all be changing right now with the Olympics and whatnot. Let's see. How about the Earth seems like a pokey planet, considering that a year in our world consists of 365 interminable days. It might be nice to have Mercury's speedy 88-day year compared to our 365-day year. So it's a little bit faster than us. Wasn't Mercury, by the way, the god of speed? Let's see. British inventor Ed China took a triumphant spin on the world's fastest toilet in 2011. I think he went 42 miles per hour on a toilet that had wheels. All right. I think that's pretty much it for today's show. Look who's outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcaster. That's a good place to end it, at the commode. Look who's here.
Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, shop supervisor. What a great show today, Mike Matthews. Happy Friday.
Yes, that's great. You have enough hand sanitizer?
Mike Matthews, I have hand sanitizer in the gift shop.
Excellent. Hand sanitizer in the gift shop. It's the best place to... If you need it, just go to Chely Shoehart's gift shop here at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcaster Valley Mont. Look who else is here. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman.
And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, you know, I really enjoy it when you talk about fast things. You didn't talk about the bullet train.
The bullet train. That would have been even better to talk about the bullet train. And I did not, although there's a rather entertaining YouTube video with a young man who likes to travel all around and hike and whatnot. And in this video, he takes the bullet train in Japan all the way to the end of the line in the north. He goes north, and it gets cold and snowy and beautiful. And it's fantastic. It's on YouTube. I forget what they call that show. Dang it. Anyway, if you look up bullet train and hiking, and it's one of the most watched in that YouTube realm. So thank you for listening to FF episode 2257. You can find the show on YouTube. You can also find my short little video clips that I do in between all the podcasts on YouTube. And in all the other places to find the show at mikesdailypodcast.com. And to repeat basically what I just said, it's A5.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!